Good morning, one and all present here. Now, in today's class, we'll be studying about the types of production system. Now, in that types of production system, the first one is what? Continuous production system. Now, what do you mean by continuous production system? Okay. Now, it creates manufacturing of similar products which keep the machine and equipment totally busy. Now, some machines which are there which manufacture the similar kind of products, and it keeps the machine and equipment totally busy, means there is no break for that, okay, or there is no stoppage in any functioning or working of the machine. It is in a continuous process. First, clearly understand what do you mean by the word continuous. Continuous means what? It flows continuously and it is a never ending process. So there is no any kind of a break or there is no any kind of a stoppage in whichever the working of that particular machine. So that is called as a continuous production system, where it will manufacture the similar products, means the same kind of products which are there, and plus what happens here, it keeps the machine and equipment totally busy. Now it need not be only the machine which is there, but apart from that, even the equipments which are used or even the small tools which are used, continuously it will be running and it will keep them continuously busy. And also you can understand in this, it is associated with the production of goods which are in high demand in the market. So which are having high demand in the market, okay. For that, what happens, it is associated with such kind of production of goods where the customers will be demanding more for that particular product in the market. So that is called as continuous production system, okay. So you need to understand continuous production system means what? It works continuously, okay. It can be machine also or equipment. The flow is in a continuous process and it will keep them busy, and it is associated with what? Production of goods which are there and which are high demand in the market, where the customers will be demanding more, no, okay. For that only such kind of products are having more demand in the market. So that is called as a continuous production system. So here we will be studying about the advantages and disadvantages. First, let us see what are the advantages of this continuous production system. In that, the first one is low unit cost. Now, low unit cost, here some terms you need to remember that there is a low manufacturing cost, okay, and low material handling cost. Low manufacturing cost means what? Like suppose how the product is being manufactured, okay. So for that the cost which is been incurred, it is been less or it is been low, okay. That is low manufacturing cost, okay. Not only manufacturing cost is less, but apart from that material handling cost also is low. What do you mean by material handling cost? Like whichever the materials which are there or raw materials which are there, that handling cost also is been less, okay. So that is one advantage of that. Then second one is lower operator skills. Now what do you mean by lower operator skills? Now operator skills means what? Like it is similar to the labor, okay. Now already you know, okay, how the labor was been classified, okay. It was been classified as what? Unskilled, semi-skilled and skilled labor. So now these unskilled workers who are there, they are not that much skilled, or they may not be having adequate knowledge about that particular aspect, okay, or they may not be having efficiency in kind of doing that particular work. So here what happens? Lower operator skills, okay. So here whoever the operator are there, operator means the people or laborers who are there, okay. Now we should get the skilled kind of a labor, because those laborers who are there who are very skilled, okay, and well qualified and knowledgeable, okay, and plus efficient in order to do that particular work. So those only can handle that particular work, or those only can run that particular activity or operation. So here operator skills are being required. Now I'll just give you an example that, now just imagine that you want to do a manufacturing part or design any kind of a particular product. Okay, unless and until you don't have that quality, no, unless and until you don't have that particular skill, is it possible in order to do that work successfully? No. Okay, so like that way, whichever work you undertake, okay, when you are given that particular work and target is there in order to complete that particular work been given to you, that time what happens, a person should be skillful, a person should be well qualified, and he should be trained in order to do that particular work. That is called as a lower operator skills. The operator skills should be more and efficient. The next one is managerial control. Now what do you need to remember in managerial control? Now two parts you need to remember in that. Planning and controlling of production. Okay, it is a very easy method. Now in this managerial control, see here, two important things are there. First of all is the planning and second one is the controlling. Now unless and until the manager does not plan properly, okay, planning means what? Okay, regarding which kind of products are to be manufactured. Okay, not only which kind of products are to be manufactured. Okay, apart from that, they need to plan properly, like whether these such kind of products have been brought in the market, whether the customers may purchase a particular product. Okay, then also they should plan proper design of that particular product, whether it is of a good quality and all. Okay, so like that way proper planning has to be done. See here, before you undertake any kind of a task or you undertake any kind of a activity, what is the main basic requirement? The main basic function is what? Planning. Unless and until you don't plan the things properly, that time what happens, it is not possible in order to complete that particular work, or the things will not go smoothly. Okay, because you have to set a proper planning for that. Then after planning only comes as a controlling. Okay, so that is called as a managerial control. Whatever plan has been set, that plan will be implemented or the plan will be executed, and after planning only, now when the need for controlling arises, now just imagine that in the production process, if the things will fail, okay, the things are not working properly, the workers are not able to do the things properly and all that, that time what happens, proper controlling has to be done. Okay, so that everything will come in the advantages. So these three advantages you need to remember in what? In continuous production system. Then apart from that, there are certain disadvantages also. In that, first one is what? Difficult to adopt. Now why this method it is a very difficult to adopt? Because what happens, it is a continuous production system, as in the meaning only we had seen that. Okay, the machines which are there are run in a continuous flow. Okay, so that time what happens, this method is very difficult to adopt. And next one is low worker morale. Now what do you mean by low worker morale? Now see here, if the workers have been given the same repetitive work means what? See, if the same work or the same task is been given to the worker again and again, okay, he had to do the same things again and again, that time what happens, the worker will not feel interested in order to do that particular work, because he will think that, okay, today at least I have done this particular thing, okay, again tomorrow the same repetitive task is been given to me. Okay, so he will start feeling bored. Okay, he will lose interest in order to do that particular work, and when he will lose interest in order to do that work, that time what happens, laziness can come in that particular work. He will feel dullness, because what happens, the same things he had to repeat again and again. There is no any change in the particular task being given, or there are no any kind of the interesting things, innovative things brought in that particular this whatever task he has been doing. So like that way, there is a low worker morale. The workers will lose the interest in order to do the particular work. If the same task is been given to the worker again and again, the laziness will be developed in the worker, and he will feel a sort of dullness. There will not be any kind of energy or interest. So that comes in the disadvantage. Okay, now if some new innovative tasks have been brought or some new creative things have been brought, that time the worker will feel interested. The next one is high initial cost. Now what do you mean by high initial cost? Here the cost which is been incurred for the maintenance of the machine and all that, it is been more or it is been high. Normally what happens if you want to purchase any kind of the machinery, okay, that time what happens, investment is more, or the machines which you order, no, those machines are very costly. Okay, so here also there is a high initial cost. So this was the first type of production system, that is continuous production system. Now you only need to remember that continuous production system is what? Now here the manufacturing of the similar products which are there, and it will keep the machine and equipment totally busy. Means the machine and equipment will be totally busy running, and it is associated with the production of goods which are in high demand in the market. So only those products or those goods which the customers will demand more in the market, no, okay, that time it is more effective. Then we had seen about the advantages and disadvantages. In advantage it was low unit cost, means low manufacturing cost and low material handling cost. Then lower operator skills. Now whoever are the operator, okay, now they should be very skillful, or they should be very skilled and knowledgeable in order to handle that particular work. Means they should be having adequate idea and knowledge about that particular job. And next one was managerial control, in that planning and controlling. First of all, before undertaking any kind of the task or activity, planning has to be done, and after planning only comes the controlling. If any kind of the mistake or any kind of error will take place, okay, that time proper controlling has to be done. And disadvantages were that this method is a very difficult to adopt, because as it is a continuous flow of production. And lower worker morale. Low worker morale means what? If the same repetitive task is been given to the worker again and again, that time what happens? A sense of laziness or a sense of dullness will be arising among the workers. He will not feel interested in order to do any kind of the job. Then high initial cost. Now in order to whatever the machines are to be purchased, okay, it can be the purchase of the machine or servicing and maintenance cost which is there, okay, that cost also is being high. So this is the first method of, okay, or first type of production system, that is continuous production system.